Is the Golden State Warriors' relentless pursuit of greatness about to pay off? As whispers of a major trade swirl through the league, we're witnessing a seismic shift in the balance of power out west. With a rival in free-fall intention bubbling within their ranks, could the Warriors be poised to make a blockbuster move that could redefine their season? Stay tuned, because this could be the moment we've all been waiting for. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop on all things Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are in a fascinating position right now, especially considering the turmoil unfolding with the Phoenix Suns. As a passionate fan, I can't help but feel excited about the implications of this rivalry and how our strategic moves have contributed to their struggles. The Suns have just hit a rough patch, losing 4 straight games, including that surprising defeat to the San Antonio Spurs, who were missing their star, Victor Wembanyama. It's almost poetic justice, isn't it? Here we are, fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot, while our closest rival is tumbling down the standings. With the Suns falling to 11th place and 2.5 games behind us, it's time to reflect on the Warriors' critical role in this narrative. The Suns, despite boasting a roster that includes Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, are being labeled as one of the worst super teams in NBA history. Can you believe that? With a payroll at an all-time high, they just can't seem to find their rhythm. It's clear that something is amiss in Phoenix, and the whispers of trade discussions have only added to the chaos. We all know that before the trade deadline, there was a lot of chatter around Bradley Beal potentially being moved, but his hefty contract and no-trade clause made that nearly impossible. Ironically, it was Durant's future that became the hot topic, especially with the Warriors aggressively pursuing him earlier this month. We wanted him back, and our efforts were so intense that it seemed to sway the Suns into considering a trade. But as we know, Durant wasn't on board, and the deal fell through. Now we managed to pivot and bring in Jimmy Butler, a move that could significantly bolster our chances this season. But what about the Suns? They are left with Durant and Beal, and it's painfully obvious that there's a disconnect within their ranks. Durant's recent comments referring to the front office as "those guys" only emphasize the rift. Udonis Haslem hit the nail on the head when he said that any time a player starts referring to the front office as "them," it signals a serious problem. It's not just about basketball anymore. It's about team chemistry, trust, and unity. So, do we take all the credit for the Suns' current predicament? Absolutely not. But there's no denying that our aggressive pursuit of Durant might have pushed them to the brink. The question now is, how do the Suns rebuild that chemistry? Can they recover from this? And what does it mean for their future if they fail to make the playoffs? It's a precarious situation, and I can't help but feel a mix of sympathy and schadenfreude as we watch this unfold. Looking ahead, Durant's future is going to be one of the biggest storylines as we approach the offseason. If the Suns can't turn things around, we might see him on the trading block again. And honestly, as a Warriors fan, I have to ask, would you want him back? I'm torn. On one hand, he's a 2-time Finals MVP who could elevate our game to another level. On the other, do we really want to dive back into that drama? As we stand on the brink of a pivotal moment in the season, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is the Warriors' path the right one? Are we making the right moves to solidify our playoff position? And what about the Suns? Do you think they can turn this around, or are they destined for a long off-season filled with questions? Join the debate in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions. Former Golden State Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins has just achieved a significant milestone in his career that he never managed to accomplish while donning the Warriors jersey. After being traded to the Miami Heat in a blockbuster deal involving Jimmy Butler, Wiggins finally secured his first career victory in Toronto, the city where he began his NBA journey. This is a remarkable achievement, especially considering he spent the vast majority of his career in the Western Conference, where opportunities to play in Toronto were limited. In a thrilling overtime victory against the Toronto Raptors, Wiggins shined brightly. He recorded an impressive 25 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals in 42 minutes of play, shooting 9 of 19 from the field. But what truly stood out was his composure under pressure. With the Heat down 3 in the final minute, Wiggins was fouled on a 3-point attempt and calmly sank all 3 free throws, forcing the game into overtime. He continued to contribute in the extra period, adding 4 more points to help secure a hard-fought 120-111 win. This performance showed that Wiggins still has plenty to offer, even in his 11th NBA season. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what this means for Wiggins and, by extension, the Warriors. It's fascinating to see him thrive in a new environment, especially after facing challenges in his time with Golden State. While Wiggins was a key player during the Warriors' championship run in 2022, this latest achievement highlights a different chapter of his career. He's finally experiencing the thrill of winning in Toronto, which frankly is a bit bittersweet for us Warriors fans. We remember the potential he had and the hope we had for him to consistently perform at that level while with us. For those who may not know, Wiggins had only played in Toronto twice as a Warrior, with one of those games resulting in a close loss just last month. Prior to that, his last visit to Toronto was back in February 2021, where the Warriors suffered a crushing defeat. It's clear that the opportunities to succeed in his home country were few and far between while he was with Golden State. Now, as a member of the Miami Heat, he has the chance to create new memories and victories. As fans of the Warriors, we can't help but wonder about the implications of this trade and Wiggins' success. Do you think this was the best decision for him? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, it's great to see him flourishing and making an impact where he can. On the other hand, we miss seeing that talent in a Warriors uniform, especially as we look ahead to future seasons. Wiggins averaged 16.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.0 assists in his 3 games with the Heat, albeit with a shooting percentage that still needs improvement. It's a reminder of the ups and downs of player development in the league. What does this mean for the Warriors? Well, every decision the front office makes impacts the future of the franchise. Wiggins was a player who, at his best, could provide the Warriors with elite defense, versatility, and scoring. His departure leaves a gap that the team will need to fill, especially as they aim to remain competitive in an increasingly challenging Western Conference. As we navigate through this transition, it's essential to keep our eyes on the horizon. The Warriors have a solid core, and with the right moves in the draft and free agency, they can still contend for championships. But it does raise questions about whether the front office is making the right calls. Are they positioning themselves for another championship run, or are they in a rebuilding phase? And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Let's not forget the emotional roller coaster that comes with being a fan. We celebrate our players' successes, even when they wear different colors, because at the end of the day, we love the game. Wiggins' journey is a testament to that. So, as we continue to support the Warriors, let's also support Andrew Wiggins as he carves out his own path in Miami. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all things Golden State Warriors. Don't forget to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates.